Okay.
Hello ladies, how are you today?
Good.
Well, welcome to Reformer Level 2. My name is Kristen and I'm going to be teaching your class today. Now before we begin, I'd like to ask if either of you have any injuries, anything to be concerned about? No? Okay, perfect. Alright, so let's start off by making sure that your bed is set up properly. So first off, that your carriage is adjusted to your height, so you have the proper number of holes showing. Your foot bar should be on the second hole from the top. Your head rests down, and just do a quick check to make sure that your straps are even. Good? Okay. Now place your double leg footwork springs onto your reformer. So for today, that's just going to be 2 reds and 1 green. Okay. And then when you're ready, lie down onto your carriage and we'll begin with a short warm-up. So make sure that your feet are on the foot plate, flat on the foot plate, hip distance apart, knees bent at 90 degrees, ankles, knees, and hips in one long line. And then I'd like you to close your eyes and take awareness to your pelvis. And start rocking your pelvis forwards and backwards, tucking and arching as you warm up the muscles of your lower back. And then relax and settle between the tuck and the arch, where your hip bones and your pubic bone are on the same plane. This is your neutral pelvis. Now I'd like you to take awareness to your spine. Notice your tailbone resting on the carriage. As you journey up your spine, notice the small arc in your lower back. The back of your ribs resting on the carriage. The natural arc in your neck. Your head on the headrest and your chin softened towards your chest. This is your neutral spine. I'd now like you to take awareness to your breathing by placing your hands on your ribs with your elbows out to the side. Take a deep breath in through your nose to the back of your lungs and into the side of your ribs and into your belly. And as you breathe out through your mouth, relax your back, your sides, and your belly. One more time. Deep breath in to your back, to your sides, and into your belly. And as you breathe out, relax your back, your sides, and your belly. Now this is your natural breathing, and we're now going to transition from your natural breathing to your Pilates breathing. Once again, take a deep breath in to your back, to your sides, and into your belly. And this time, as you breathe out, squeeze the air out of your lungs while engaging your pelvic floor and draw your navel towards your spine. One more time, take a deep breath in to your back, to your sides, and into your belly. And as you breathe out, squeeze the air out of your lungs while engaging your pelvic floor and drawing your navel towards your spine. Now, keeping your belly firm and your pelvic floor engaged, breathe into your back and into your sides only. And as you breathe out, squeeze the air out of your lungs while keeping your belly firm and your pelvic floor engaged. One more time, keeping your belly firm and your pelvic floor engaged, breathe into your back and into your sides only. And as you breathe out, squeeze the air out of your lungs while keeping your belly firm and your pelvic floor engaged. So this is your Pilates breathing, and this is the style of breathing I'd like you to focus on for the rest of your class. So you guys can open up your eyes. And we're going to move on to your double leg and footwork. First off, starting with your heels in a wide position on the foot bar, your knees turned out and in line with your second and third toe. Your arms are resting on the carriage, and try and maintain that neutral pelvis and neutral spine. And in this first foot position, we're going to be focusing on your inner thighs and the tops of your knees. And then you can grab a hold of your circle to add some extra engagement in your pecs and your biceps. And then grab the circle and reach your fingertips towards the ceiling, and you're going to squeeze the circle on your breaths out, and then release the circle on your breaths in, and the same goes for your pulses, okay? Ready? Breathe into repair as you breathe out. Straighten your legs, engaging your glutes. And then breathe into bend. Breathe out, straighten for 2. Being careful not to lock your knees. And bend. Breathe out, straighten for 3. Breathe into bend. We'll do 8 full ones. Breathe out, straighten for 4. Breathe into bend. Straighten for 5. Bend. Straighten for 6. Bend. 2 more. Straighten for 7. Bend, last full one, straighten for 8, and then park your carriage halfway and pulse as you breathe in, 2, breathe out, 2, breathe in, 2, breathe out, two, breathe in, two, breathe out, two, breathe in, two, and then park your carriage. Now, take your toes into a wide position. Once again, your knees turned out and in line with your second and third toe, and then lift your heels like you're wearing a baby high heel. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your legs, and then breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten for two. Breathe in to bend. We're now working your VMO at full extension. And bend. Breathe out, straighten for four. And bend. Straighten for five. And bend. Straighten for six. And bend. Straighten for seven. And bend. Last full one. Breathe out, straighten for eight. And then park your carriage halfway. And then pulse as you breathe in, two, breathe out, two, breathe in, two, breathe out, two, breathe in, two, breathe out, two, breathe in, two, and then park your carriage. Now take your feet to a Pilates V so that your heels are together and your toes are slightly apart. Your knees are open and in line with your shoulders. And once again, lift your heels like you're wearing that baby high heel. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your legs, engaging your glutes. And then breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten for two. And bend. Straighten for three. And bend. Straighten for four. And bend. Straighten for five. And bend. Straighten for six. And bend. Straighten for seven. And bend. Last full one. Straighten for eight. And then park your carriage halfway. And then pulse as you breathe in. Two. Breathe out. Two. Breathe in. Two. Breathe out. Two. Breathe in. Two. Breathe out. Two. Breathe in. Two. And then park your carriage. Now we're going to specifically work your VMO, and we're just going to do 3 sets of pulses. So 20, 30, followed by 40. So I'd like you to take your toes on the outside of the bar, bringing your knees together, and then lift your heels so that they're in line with your knees. Then when you're ready, push the carriage out halfway. We'll start your first set of 20 pulses. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, squeeze, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. And then bend your knees, park your carriage, open up and relax your knees. And then when you're ready, bring your knees back together. We'll do your next set of 30 pulses. Push your carriage out halfway, and then pulse as you breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, squeeze, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Then bend your knees, park your carriage, open up and relax your knees. And now we'll do your last set of 40 pulses. And then we'll give your inner thighs a little bit of a break. Okay, so bring your knees back together, push your carriage out halfway, and then pulse as you breathe in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, halfway, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, almost there, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, then bend your knees, park your carriage, open up and relax your knees. And then you can just place your circle underneath your carriage, and then when you're ready, come off of your carriage, and we're going to do some balance work on your roller, also focusing on your core and your hamstrings. So first off, make sure that you remove all of your springs. And just be careful as your carriage moves very easily on no springs. Then grab a hold of your foam roller. Make sure that your headrest is down. And then place the roller in the center of the carriage. And then grabbing a hold of your foot bar, sit at the front of the roller, and then roll your entire spine onto the roller. So from your tailbone to the crown of your head, and just make sure that your shoulder blades are slightly away from the shoulder pads. We're going to do all 4 exercises on your toes. So first off, take all 10 toes onto the foot bar, your feet in a parallel position. Neutral pelvis, neutral spine. I'd like you to at least try to lift your arms off of the carriage extended, fingertips reaching towards the foot bar, or for more of a challenge, you can straighten your arms towards the ceiling, but make sure that your shoulder blades are lifted off of the carriage. So to begin, we're just going to do 8 simple extensions, okay? Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your legs. And then breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten for 2. Breathe in to bend. Straighten for 3. Bend. Straighten for 4. Bend. Straighten for 5. Bend. Straighten for 6. Bend. 2 more. Straighten for 7. Bend. Last one. Straighten for 8. And then bend. So now we're going to do a single leg variation. We're just going to do 4 on each side. So I'd like you to start by keeping your left toes onto the foot bar and then extend your right leg over top of the foot bar at a 45-degree angle. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out now, straighten your left leg and then breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten your left leg for 2 and then bend. 2 more. Straighten for 3. Bend. Last one. Straighten for 4. And then bend. Now you can place your right foot back on. Now keep your right toes on the foot bar and extend your left leg over the foot bar at a 45-degree angle. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out now, straighten your right leg and then breathe in to bend. Straighten for 2. Bend. Straighten for 3. Bend. Last one. Breathe out, straighten for 4. And then breathe into bend, and then you can place your left toes back down onto the foot bar. The next 2 exercises we're going to do on your left side first, then your right side, just to allow for continuity and flow. So we're going to add in a curl up now to your single leg. Keep your left toes on the bar, extend your right leg over the foot bar at a 45-degree angle, place your left hand behind your head, and then extend your right arm straight, arm lifted off of the carriage, fingertips towards the foot bar. Breathe in to prepare. Now as you breathe out, straighten your left leg, curling your head and chest forward, and then breathe in to return to your starting position. Breathe out to straighten and curl for 2. Breathe in to return. 2 more before we add on. Breathe out to straighten and curl for 3. Breathe in to return. Last one. Breathe out to straighten and curl for 4. Breathe in to return. Now we add in a grand bas. As you breathe out, straighten your left leg, curling your head and chest forward, taking your right knee into tabletop, and then breathe in to return to your starting position. Once again, breathe out, straighten your left leg, curl your head and chest forward. Now lift your right leg towards the ceiling, tailbone anchored. Breathe in to return. Breathe out, straighten your right leg, curl your head and chest forward, taking your right knee into tabletop. Breathe in to return. Last time. Now as you breathe out, straighten your left leg, reach your right leg towards the ceiling, tailbone anchored, and then breathe in to return. Now we're going to repeat the same 2 exercises on the other side. One side's always a little bit harder than the other. Okay, so now you're going to start off by keeping your right foot on the foot bar, extend your left leg over the foot bar at a 45-degree angle. Place your right hand behind your head, extending your left arm straight. We're just going to start off with your simple curl-ups. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your right leg, curling your head and chest forward. Not a grand bas yet, just the simple curl-ups. And then breathe in to return. Do 3 more. Breathe out, straighten your right leg, curling your head and chest forward. Breathe in to return. 2 more. Breathe out to straighten and curl. Breathe in to return. Last one before we add on. Breathe out to straighten and curl. And then breathe in to return. Now we add in the grand bas. Now as you breathe out, straighten your right leg, curl your head and chest forward, taking your left knee into tabletop. And then breathe in to return. Breathe out, straighten your right leg, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling, tailbone anchored. Breathe in to return. 1 more time. Breathe out, straighten your right leg, taking your left knee to tabletop, curling your head and chest forward. Breathe in to return. Last time. Breathe out, straighten your right leg, pull your head and chest forward, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling, and then breathe in to return. You can place your left foot back down. Take a deep breath. That was very, very hard on your balance. Good job, guys. And then you can remove your roller. We're actually done with your roller for the remainder of the workout. And now up to 8 heel lowers, okay? So place your double leg footwork back on. So that was 2 reds and 1 green. And then lie back down onto the carriage, placing your toes on the bar in a parallel position. Neutral pelvis, neutral spine, your arms resting on the carriage. And I'm just going to focus on your natural breathing here. When you're ready, straighten both of your legs, and then lower your heels under the bar, lift your heels, bend your knees, and park your carriage. Straighten your legs for 2, lower and lift for 1, lower and lift for 2, bend your knees and park your carriage. Straighten your legs for 3, lower and lift for 1, lower and lift for 2, lower and lift for 3, bend your knees and park your carriage. Straighten your legs for 4, lower and lift for 1, lower and lift for 2, lower and lift for 3, lower and lift for 4, bend your knees and park your carriage. Straighten your legs for 5, lower and lift for 1, lower and lift for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, bend your knees and park your carriage. Straighten your legs. Lower and lift for 1, for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bend your knees and park your carriage. Almost there. Straighten your legs for 7, lower and lift for 1, 2 to 10. No, I was going to be that nasty today. 5, 6, 7, bend your knees and park your carriage. Last 7, 8. Straighten your legs, lower and lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, push the burn, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8, bend your knees and park your carriage, give your legs a little shake, and then we will stretch those calves. So we're going to shift back to your breathing here. So place your toes back on in a parallel position. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your legs, and breathe in to hold. Now as you breathe out, lower your right heel under the bar as you stretch your right calf. And then also add a bend to your right knee, stretching your soleus now, so the lower, deeper muscle of your calf. And then breathe in to straighten both of your legs. Now breathe out as you lower your left heel under the bar, bending your right knee. So stretching your left calf now. And then add a bend to your left knee as well, stretching your soleus on the left side. Breathe in to straighten both of your legs, bend your knees, and park your carriage. Okay, so now let's work on some torso stabilization and shoulder disassociation. Yeah, you guys know what's coming. With a couple of exercises from your down stretch series and your long stretch series. So yeah, these are quite challenging, but we're only going to do 4 of each. So I'd like you all to place just 1 red spring. Okay? The first one we're going to do is your cobra with a round back, okay? So come to a 4-point kneeling position with your feet against the shoulder pads. Your hands are on the outside of the bar, your thumbs on the same side as your fingers, and then pitch your hips forward so you have one long line from your knees to the crown of your head. And then try and grip underneath the bar with your fingers to activate and protect your wrists. And then press the heel of your hand into the bar to draw your shoulders down and keep your neck lengthened. And try and push your inner elbows forwards and out. So this is your down stretch starting position, okay? Now as you breathe in, push the carriage away into your down stretch. Then as you breathe out, keeping your shoulders still, round your back, drawing your knees forward. Breathe in to come back to your down stretch, keeping your shoulders still. And then breathe out to return to your starting position. We'll do this a few more times. Breathe in, you all right? Breathe in, push the carriage away into your down stretch. Breathe out to round your back, drawing your knees forward. Breathe in to return to your down stretch, and then breathe out to return to your starting position 2 more times. Breathe in, push away into your down stretch. Breathe out, knees forward, round back. Breathe in, back into your down to return. One more time. Breathe in, push into your down stretch. Breathe out, knees forward, round back. Breathe in, come back into your down stretch, and then breathe out as you park the carriage and return. So now we're going to do a single arm variation of your down stretch. So once again, come into your down stretch. Is that loose? Is it good? Is it okay?
As long as it doesn't come on.
Yes, we don't want that to happen. Okay, so come back into your down stretch starting position. So this time, you're going to place your left hand, so it's just left of the center of the foot bar. Place your right hand on your right thigh, one long line, knees to crown of your head. Then breathe in as you push the carriage away, and then breathe out to return. We'll do 4 on each side. Breathe in to push away for 2. Breathe out to return. Breathe in to push away for 3. Breathe out to return. One more time. Breathe in to push away for 4. And then breathe out to return. Switching hands now. Place your right hand so it's right at the center. Place your left hand on your left thigh. Then as you breathe in, push the carriage away. Breathe out to return. Breathe in to push away for 2. Breathe out to return. Breathe in to push away for 3. Breathe out to return. Last time. Breathe in to push away for 4. And then breathe out to return. Just sit back for a second. We're now going to move on to your long stretch series. So we're going to do your regular long stretch with progressive push-ups. Starting off with 1 push-up, going all the way up to 4. Any discomfort in your shoulders, you can always eliminate the push-ups, or even further, you can do the long stretch on your forearms and also eliminate the push-ups, okay? So when you're ready, come to your down stretch starting position, and then you're going to lift your knees, straighten your legs, so now you have one long line from the crown of your head to your heels. Your armpits are at a 90-degree angle from the foot bar. Then as you breathe in, push the carriage away into your long stretch. Breathe out to return. Now 1 push-up. Breathe in to bend your elbows. Breathe out to straighten. Breathe in to push the carriage away into your long stretch. Breathe out to return. Now 2 push-ups. Breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten. Breathe in to bend for 2. Breathe out to straighten. Push the carriage away. Breathe out, return. 3 push-ups. Breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten. Bend, straighten. Bend for 3. Straighten. Last set. Breathe in, push the carriage away. Breathe out to return. Last set of 4 push-ups. Breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten. Bend for 2. Straighten. Bend for 3. Straighten last time. Bend for 4. And then straighten. And then, yeah. Come back and catch your breath. Okay. So now we're going to add on to your long stretch with your rocket, okay? So just watch me for the first one, and then we'll do 4 together. So you start in your long stretch, starting position, okay? Breathe in as you push the carriage away into your long stretch. As you breathe out, keeping your shoulders still, lift your hips into a pyramid, so you're up stretch. Then as you breathe in, shoulders still, come back to your long stretch, and then breathe out to return your armpits at a 90-degree angle, okay? All right, so we're gonna do 4. Attempt to do 4. Shake out your wrists before we begin. Okay, so then come to your long stretch, starting position. Now as you breathe in, push the carriage away into your long stretch. Breathe out, lift your hips into your up stretch. Breathe in to return to your long stretch, and then breathe out to park your carriage. Breathe in, push the carriage away. Breathe out, lift your hips into your up stretch. Breathe in, return to your long stretch. Breathe out to return to your starting position 2 more times. Breathe in, push the carriage away for 3. Breathe out, lift your hips. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, park your carriage. Last time. Breathe in, push the carriage away. Breathe out, lift your hips into your up stretch. Breathe in, return to your long stretch, and then breathe out to park your carriage. Ah, yeah. So now just come into a child's pose. So your feet together, knees apart, and then extend your arms extend your arms over top of the foot bar, making sure that your arms are activated, and we're just releasing and relaxing your lower back here as we catch our breath. And then when you're ready, come up. We're going to continue to work your core, specifically your abdominals, with your legs in straps, with some strap work. So we're going to do your reverse abdominals with a flat back. So you can leave one red spring on, and then you're going to sit now, facing the headrest. You can place your feet on the headrest, and then you're going to thread your legs through the long straps, one leg at a time. And then you're going to roll your spine onto the carriage, making sure that your bottom is slightly away from the shoulder pads. And then squeezing your knees together and your feet together, lift your knees into a tabletop position, then interlink your fingers behind your head, thumbs drawn along the sides of your neck, and curl your head and chest forward. You're going to remain with your chest lifted for all 4 exercises. We'll have a little bit of a break in between, okay? Breathe in to prepare as you breathe out, keeping your hips on the carriage, draw your knees towards your chest, and then breathe in to return. We'll do 8 full ones. Breathe out to draw for 2, breathe in to return. Breathe out to draw for 3, chest lifted. Breathe in to return. Breathe out to draw for 4, return. Draw for 5, return. Draw for 6, return. 2 more, 7, return. Last one, draw for 8, return. Then you can place your feet onto the headrest. You can just lower your chest, but just make sure that your hands are supporting your head. Let's have a little break for a moment. And then come back into your starting position, knees in tabletop. Now we'll do a single leg variation, starting with your right leg. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, draw your right knee towards your chest, hips anchored. Breathe in to return. Breathe out to draw your left. Return. Draw your right. Return. Left. Return. Draw your right. Return. Left. Return. One more time on each side. Draw your right. Return. Left. Return. And then have a break. Feet on the headrest. Just relax your chest down. Now we're going to add in a twist, but by keeping your chest still. So we're just going to be rotating your legs. So come back to your starting position. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, keeping your chest still, draw your knees up into your right shoulder. And then breathe in to return. Breathe out as you draw your knees up into your left shoulder. Breathe in to return. To your right. Return. Left. Return. Right. Return. Left. Return. One more time on each side. To your right. Return. Left. Return. And then relax your feet and your head down. Now we're going to do your 100s from this position. But before we begin, I'll just explain to you your options. So you're going to start with your knees in tabletop, your arms reaching towards the ceiling, palms facing away from you. When you come into your 100th position, I want you to try and straighten your legs towards the ceiling. However, if you're feeling any discomfort in your lower back, you can always keep your knees in a tabletop position, or any discomfort in your neck, you can always keep your head supported with your hands. Now, once we're up in our 100th position, we're going to pump our arms 5 times as we breathe in for 5 counts, and then pump our arms 5 times as we breathe out for 5 counts, and we're going to repeat that 10 times. Okay? All right. When you're ready, your knees in tabletop, your arms reaching towards the ceiling, palms away from you, arms in line with your belly button. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your legs towards the ceiling, curling your head and chest forward with your hands by your hips. And then breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then reach a bit higher, a bit higher, a bit higher. Breathe in, and you can relax your chest down and bend your knees. And now, we'll just come into a supine child's pose variation. So come out of your straps first. And then if you can, place them on the post. If that's too difficult, you can just drop them to the sides. And then place one hand behind each knee. And then keeping your toes together, your knees apart, you can place your head onto the foot plate behind you. You can just try and scooch back. Don't worry, we're not going to be moving around here, so don't worry, your hair's not going to get caught. And then try and draw your knees back towards your chest as you relax and release your lower back. And then when you're ready, come up. Now, we're going to do some work on your spinal extensors and your spinal extension using your long box. We're going to do a few variations of your swan. So I'd like you to grab your box and place it in a long box position against the shoulder pads. Just make sure that you have an even amount of space on each side of your carriage. And we're going to remain with one red spring, so that's fine. And then you're going to come onto your belly, facing the foot bar, and just make sure that your chest is hanging off the front of the box. Your hands are on the outside of the bar, thumbs on the same side as the rest of your fingers. And then place your toes together, your heels apart to open up your sacrum. And place your pelvis in neutral by tucking in your tailbone so that your hip bones and pubic bone are on the same plane. And then squeeze your bottom to hold this position in place. And then straighten your arms, just making sure that your lower ribs are in and that your chest is broad and open. And then as you breathe in, keeping your arms straight, lift your spine into extension, parking the carriage, keeping your lower ribs in, chest broad and open, and shoulders down. And then breathe out to return. We're just going to do 3 more simple swan. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out to return. 2 more times. Breathe in to lift for 3. Breathe out to return. Last time. Breathe in to lift for 4. And then breathe out to return. Now we're going to do a couple of single arm variations. Okay, so you're going to start off by keeping your left hand onto the foot bar, your left arm straight, and then extend your right arm in line with your chest in an L shape. And then breathe in, keeping your left arm straight. Lift your spine into extension, making sure that both of your hips are on an even plane. And then breathe out to lower. Breathe in to lift for 2. Breathe out to lower. 2 more before we add on. Breathe in to lift for 3. Breathe out to lower. Last one. Breathe in to lift for 4. And then breathe out to lower. Now just relax for a moment. Just watch me and I'll show you. We're going to add in a twist. So now you're going to place your right hand on your right thigh, making sure that your fingertips are reaching towards your toes. Then as you breathe in, keeping your left arm straight, lift your spine to extension, roll your right shoulder out, lifting your right arm to shoulder height, rotating your palm to face the ceiling, turning your neck to the right to gaze at your fingertips, and then breathe out to return to your starting position. Okay, so we're going to do 4 like that. Let's do them together, and that's what we call your twist, okay? Ready? Now as you breathe in, lift and twist to your right, and then breathe out to lower. Breathe in to lift and twist for 2. Breathe out to lower. We'll do 2 more. Breathe in to lift and twist for 3. Breathe out to lower. Last time. Breathe in to lift and twist for 4. And then breathe out to lower. Now we're going to repeat the same 2 exercises on your other side. So place your right arm onto the foot bar now and extend your left arm so that it's straight in line with your chest in that L shape. Okay? Now as you breathe in, keeping your right arm straight, lift your spine into extension, and then breathe out to lower. Breathe in to lift for 2. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in to lift for 3. Breathe out to lower 1 more time before we add on. Breathe in to lift for 4, and then breathe out to lower. Now we're gonna add in that twist. So this time you're gonna place your left hand on your left thigh, fingertips reaching towards your toes. Now as you breathe in, lift and twist to your left, and then breathe out to lower. Breathe in to lift and twist for 2, breathe out to lower. Breathe in to lift and twist for 3, breathe out to lower. Last time, breathe in to lift and twist for 4, and then breathe out to lower. Good job. Park your carriage, and you can now come into a child's pose on top of your box. So just shift your knees back, keeping your toes together, knees apart. You can rest your forehead on the front of your box, your arms extended over the foot bar, and then reach both of your arms to the right as you stretch the left side of your back. And then both of your arms to the left as you now stretch the right side of your back. And then you can release and come off your box. We're going to keep your box on, or we're going to place your box in a short box position now. Make sure that the shoulder pads are in the middle of the box. And we're going to work on your spinal flexion, your lateral flexion, your spinal rotation, as well as your obliques with your airplane. Make sure that all of your springs are on. You don't want the carriage moving around. And then place your foot bar onto the bottom pole. And then you can start off with both of you sitting on your side on the box facing me. And then you're going to hook your top foot underneath the strap, making sure that your foot is flexed. And then you're going to bend your underneath knee close to your hips. A couple of options for your arms here, or a few options rather. You can cross your arms across your chest, one hand on each shoulder. For more of a challenge, interlink your fingers behind your head. For even more of a challenge, you can straighten your arms towards the ceiling, but make sure that your elbows are straight and that your arms are in front of your head, okay? So when you're ready, choose your arm option, come into your side plank.
What are we doing? Airplane?
We're doing airplane now. Come into your, yes, I know. But we're first gonna hold for 8 seconds, okay? So come into your side plank, one long line from the crown of your head to your heels, hips and shoulders stacked. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then breathe in as you lower your chest towards the floor. As you breathe out, rotate your chest towards the floor and opening your arms into your airplane. Breathe in to close your arms and rotate back. And then breathe out to lift back into your side plank, hips still. 7 more times. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out to rotate and open. Breathe in to rotate and close. And then breathe out to lift. Lower for 3. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. Lower for 4. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. Lower for 5. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. Lower for 6. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. Lower for 7. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift last time. And we're going to hold. Lower for 8. Rotate, oh no, open. Rotate, close, and hold. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're lost. Relax your bottom hand either to the headrest or to the floor. Stretch to your side. Take your outside arm over top of your head, reaching your fingertips away. Oh, we can hold this here for a moment. Sorry. And then rotate towards the rails to increase your stretch. One hand on each rail. And then when you're ready, come back up and we're going to repeat the same torture on the other side. Yeah. Okay, so once again, hook your top foot underneath the strap, bottom knee, head towards your waist. Take the same arm position that you had before. When you're ready, come into your side plank, one long line, and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out to rotate and open. Breathe in to rotate and close, and then breathe out to lift back up. Hips still. Breathe in to lower for 2. Breathe out to rotate and open. Breathe in to rotate and close. Breathe out to lift. Lower for 3. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. Lower for 4. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. We're halfway. Lower for 5. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. Lower for 6. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. Lower for 7. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift. Last one. Lower for 8. Rotate, open. Rotate, close. Lift and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then relax down into your side stretch. Outside arm over top of your head, reaching your fingertips away. And then if you'd like, you can rotate toward the rails, one hand on each rail. And you guys can come up. Maybe a good time to grab a sip of water. Yeah? Have a little bit of a break here before we continue. Yeah. And we're going to keep our boxes. We're now going to move on to some arm, when we're ready, excuse me. Take your time. Some arm work. So you're going to put your box in a long box position against the shoulder pads. Once again, especially important here to make sure that you have an even space on the carriage because we're going to be sitting in the straddle position like Hannah is gracefully demonstrating. And then place one red spring only, okay? Or sorry, one blue. Let's just do one blue. One blue. And then make sure that you have your straps handy. And then you're going to sit, okay, in a straddle position. The back of the box, make sure you have 1 to 2 hand breaths between your bottom and the back of the box. You're going to squeeze your ankles and your calves into the box to activate your inner thighs and your core. Lengthen your spine through the crown of your head to activate your deep back stabilizers. And then we're going to grab on to the short loops. And we're going to start off with your reverse biceps 1. So your arms are straight, palms are facing forward, thumbs on the outside of your straps. Shoulders down, arms in line with your hips. And then as you breathe out, you're going to push your arms forward to chest height. Palms are facing the ceiling. And then breathe in to return. Breathe out to push for 2. Breathe in to return. Breathe out to push for 3. Breathe in to return. We'll do 8 full ones. Breathe out to push for 4. Breathe in to return. Push for 5. Return, push for 6, return, push for 7, return, last one, breathe out, push for 8, and then breathe in to return. Now we're going to work your pecs with your hug a tree. So start off by bending your elbows by your waist, palms facing the ceiling. Then as you breathe out, straighten your arms at chest height, your hands are shoulder distance apart. Then as you breathe in, open your arms to a wide V, keeping your shoulder blades open. And then breathe out as you close with your arms in front of your chest. Breathe in to open. Breathe out to close. Breathe in to open for 3. Breathe out to close. Open for 4. Close. Open for 5. Close. Open for 6. Shoulder blades open. Close. Open for 7. Close. Breathe in, open for 8. Breathe out to close. And then as you breathe in, bend your elbows back to your starting position. Now we're going to continue to work your pecs with your underarm salute. So start off by bending your elbows, taking your arms to a goalpost position, palms facing the floor with your ropes underneath your armpits. Sitting up tall, breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your arms at chest height with the ropes underneath your shoulders, and then, underneath your armpits, and then breathe into bend. Breathe out to straighten for 2, breathe into bend. Straighten for 3, bend. Straighten for 4, bend. Straighten for 5, bend, straighten for 6, bend, you all look very serious, straighten for 7, it's hard, bend, bend, soft members, 8, last one, bend. Okay, just relax your arms down for a second. We do have a few more here to get through, so just bear with me.
Don't listen to me.
I'm glad I didn't make us do it right.
Not for that. Don't listen to me.
Okay, now we're going to do your soccer toss. So we're going to work on your triceps now. So start by your arms straight over top of your head and then place your thumbs together and your index fingers together. So you're making a diamond shape. Bend your elbows out to the side so that your arms make a diamond shape. Sitting up tall, breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your arms, taking your palms forwards and upwards on a diagonal. And then breathe into bend. Breathe out to straighten for 2. Breathe into bend. Straighten for 3. Bend. Straighten for 4. Bend. Straighten for 5. Bend. Straighten for 6. Bend. 2 more. Straighten for 8. 7. Bend. Last one. Straight. Thank you, Patty. Straighten for 8. And then bend, and then relax your arms down. Last couple of exercises are for your shoulders. So we're going to start off with your seated Superman or Superwoman, because it's just us ladies. And you're going to pitch your spine forward at a 45-degree angle, flat back. Bend your elbows by your sides with your palms in line with your shoulders, one long line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. This is your starting position. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your arms on the diagonal, one long line from your tailbone now to your fingertips. And then breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten for 2. Your arms should be forward of your head. And then breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten for 3. Bend. Straighten for 4. Bend. Straighten for 5. Bend. 3 more. Straighten for 6. Bend, straighten for 7, bend, last one, breathe out, straighten for 8, and then breathe in to bend. Now, we're going to add on to your Superman with your breaststroke, okay? Which is going to add in a nice, but shoulder stretch. Okay, when you circle your arms back behind your shoulders. So start off with the same position as your seated Superman, so on a forward incline at 45 degrees. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, straighten your arms. Now as you breathe in, turn your palms out to the side, and then circle your arms back behind your shoulders, finishing with your hands by your hips, and then bend your elbows to return to your starting position. Okay, so we'll do this 7 more times. Breathe out to straighten. Breathe in to circle, and bend and return. Breathe out to straighten for 3. Breathe in to circle, bend and return. Breathe out to straighten for 4. Breathe in to circle, bend and return. Breathe out to straighten for 5. Breathe in to circle, bend and return. Breathe out to straighten for 6. Breathe, circle, bend and return. Straighten for 7. Circle and return. Last one. Breathe out, straighten for 8. Breathe in to circle, and then bend your elbows and return. Good job. That was a lot of arms to do. Okay. We're almost done, okay? So let's shift focus back to our lower body for a moment. We're going to do a few pelvic roll-up exercises, focusing on your hamstrings, your glutes, as well as some spinal articulation. So you can remove the box. We are done with the box for today. Just place it out of the way. Take your foot bar back up to the second hole from the top. And then I'll be nice. We'll use one red and one blue today. So just one red and one blue. And then when you're ready, lie back down onto your carriage. And then place your heels onto the bar in a parallel position. Starting with a neutral pelvis and neutral spine, your arms resting on the carriage, palms facing the floor. We're going to do forward your extension one to start, okay? And then we'll add on. Breathe in to prepare as you breathe out. Oh, and just one more thing, make sure that your head rest is down. I know they were already down, but just in case you put it up. Okay, breathe in to prepare as you breathe out. Imprint your lower spine and then lift your spine into the air, vertebra by vertebra, finishing with one long line from your knees, hips, and shoulders. Now as you breathe out, straighten your legs, lowering your hips, one long line from your heels to your shoulders. Breathe in as you lift your hips back up, parking the carriage, and then breathe out as you roll back down, vertebra by vertebra, upper back, mid back, and when your lower back touches, release your pelvis into neutral. 3 more times. Breathe out, imprint your lower spine, roll your spine into the air, vertebra by vertebra. Breathe in to hold, breathe out to straighten your legs, breathe in to bend, and then as you breathe out, keeping the carriage still, roll your spine back down, vertebra by vertebra. 2 more times. Breathe out, roll your spine into the air, breathe in to hold, breathe out to straighten your legs, breathe in to bend, and then breathe out as you roll back down, keeping your carriage still. 1 more time before we add on. Breathe out, roll your spine up, vertebra by vertebra. Breathe in to hold, breathe out to straighten your legs, breathe in to park your carriage, and then breathe out as you roll back down, vertebra by vertebra. This time, when we get to the top, we're going to do 8 extensions in a row, okay? Breathe in to prepare as you breathe out, imprint your lower spine, and then roll your spine up, vertebra by vertebra. Breathe in to hold, and then breathe out as you straighten both of your legs, and breathe in to bend, parking your carriage. Now breathe out to straighten for 2, breathe in to bend, straighten for 3, bend, straighten for 4, bend, straighten for 5, bend, straighten for 6, bend, straighten for 7, bend. Last one, breathe out to straighten for 8, breathe in to return, and then breathe out as you roll back down, vertebra by vertebra, and then breathe in to release your pelvis back into neutral. Not done, 1 more, so we're going to do a single leg variation, but we're just going to do 4 on each side, okay? When you're ready, breathe in to prepare as you breathe out, imprint your lower spine, roll your spine into the air, vertebra by vertebra. Now as you breathe in, squeeze your left glute and extend your right leg in line with your left thigh. Now as you breathe out, straighten your left leg so that your heel is in line with your shoulders, and then breathe in to lift and return. Breathe out to straighten for 2, breathe in to return. 2 more. Breathe out to straighten for 3, breathe in to return. Last one. Breathe out to straighten for 4, breathe in to return. Breathe out to lower your right heel back down. Now as you breathe in, squeeze your right glute, extending your left leg in line with your right thigh, and then breathe out as you straighten your right leg, and then breathe in to bend. Breathe out to straighten for 2, bend. 2 more, straighten for 3, bend. Breathe out, straighten for 4, breathe in to bend. Breathe out as you place your left heel back down, and then breathe in to hold. Now breathe out as you lower back down, vertebra by vertebra, and then breathe in to release your pelvis into neutral. Good job. We made it to the end of the workout, just a few stretches, and then you ladies are done for the day, okay? So place your feet back down onto the foot plate, and just come up for a moment, and then grab a hold of your circle. We're going to use your circle to assist. We're going to do your dancer stretches, okay? So a series of 3 stretches. We're going to keep it on one red and one blue. And then you're going to lie down, placing your toes on the bar in a parallel position. Straighten both of your legs. And then place the arch of your right foot into the circle. Take an underhand grip, so fingertips reaching towards you. Flex both of your feet, and then keeping your tailbone anchored. Try and draw your right leg towards you as you stretch your right hamstring. And then release your right hand and try and draw your right foot towards your left shoulder while keeping your right hip anchored on the carriage, now stretching your piriformis on your right side, front of your outer thigh. And then grab a hold of the circle with your right hand, releasing your left hand. Now trying to draw your right foot towards your right shoulder. Now keeping your left hip anchored onto the carriage. Stretching your inner thighs now. And then return to center, and then you can release your right foot, placing it back down onto the foot bar. And then you can take your left foot, and the arch of your left foot, placing it into the circle once again, underhand grip. And then flex both of your feet, keeping your tailbone anchored. Now try and take your left leg back towards you, stretching your left hamstring now. And then release your left hand, and then try and draw your right foot towards your right shoulder. Now keeping your left hip anchored onto the carriage. Stretching your piriformis on the other side. And then grab a circle with your left hand, releasing your right hand, taking your left foot towards your left shoulder, keeping your right hip anchored. And then release, remove the circle, place your left foot back down onto the foot bar, bend your knees, park your carriage, and carefully come up when you're ready. You guys are done, yay! If you have any questions, let me know. And as per usual, don't forget to write down your beds.